Ciao, hello. Got my little Starbucks drink, ate a nice egg sausage wrap for breakfast, and I'm ready to start my day. Now, today, I would like to go over what the emerging field of an artistic engineer does and the path that one takes along a journey to becoming an artistically inclined engineer. So, what is an artistic engineer? There's basically an engineering approach to artistically themed designs. Now, that doesn't mean it has to specifically adhere to the arts, such as music and painting and film and acting and directing and the arts, architecture. But it could also apply since you have an engineering familiarity and the engineering approach, you can apply some user interfaces that are more appealing to businesses. You can design the front ends. For example, a car design, you can design the look, the shape of the car. You can make drawings and sketches and then use tools such as AI to enhance them. And you know how to work your way around technology because you have studied a technological background to an extent. But you can also make businesses more attractive to customers, make them more simplified. Point A to point B execution, less confusion, less the waste, efficient. Kind of like industrial engineering, but on the front end side, on the user interface side. All sorts of businesses that need, and then you can get really artistical with it because you have to have an artistical talent as well. Painting, music, film, writing. If you have that background, then in the program, you develop expression and structure around the arts. So you may not have the drive or the talent to create a record, a song, or a painting, or be an opera singer, or be an actor, be a Hollywood actor, but you can help design those works by giving them direction, meaning, purpose, dynamics, emotion, helping in all stages of the design of these works. So an artistic engineer works on projects just like a regular engineer. You have a budget, you have teams, you have coordination, you have managers, you have expectations, you have deliverables, you have functions, objectives, constraints, what you're expected to design, and you have the freedom to work around your creative side and design procedure to bring about suggestions and ideas and documents about how to improve either an artistic work or a business project. So an artistic engineer can be employed in many places, but they need to have the qualifications and the background. So to get into the program, you would have to have. There's three areas I've broken it down into. So the first area is the engineering side, so science, technology, mathematics, and programming. So the kind of the traditional engineering side, science, mathematics, technology, and programming. Then you have the artistic side, art expression, music, film, writing, themes, and both of these kind of come from your background. To get accepted into the program, you will need to have a good grades in the science and mathematics in high school, as well as have some musical experience with instruments, or not music, but any kind of art. Maybe drama class, maybe painting, English grades, languages, uh, and the third subcomponent is money, business, finance, and capitalism. So once again, you know how to structure a budget, you know how to do some finances, you know how to report accounting, you know how the business side operations work. So you know how the business is broken down. Now, how would we go about instructing these different areas? Because that's a lot to cover for one program. I've kind of structured it as a master's degree program. So you should already have some background in the arts or in the technology side. And then you just fill out what you're missing, kind of. But at the same time, it has to be a little bit grilling, because it's got to be engineering training. And engineers are just grilled, 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 grilled. And then if you do sports, that's good for your health. So sports is the one thing that we're missing to be a complete person. And sports and athletics, they're good for your health and teamwork, participation, leadership, strength, endurance, coordination, motivation, drive, creativity. All those come from sports as well. So the last question remains is, how do we implement uh, the education of these segments? Well, for the science and technology side, it can kind of be a little bit of a simplified engineering structure. That's not very hard to accommodate. Same for the money and the business and the finance side. We can take lessons out of a business world, but we'll give you projects and deadlines to complete. So you kind of need to work through a struggle to create budgets, accounts, financing. Yeah. And then for the artistic side, we can do a lot of projects as well and case studies. So for example, like we look at works, historical works, and designing our own works. Because in school, you never design a good project. You just kind of struggle through it, and it teaches you how to expand your mind and think analytically. So you can try and design these masterpieces, which you'll never be able to accomplish, but it gets you to think artistically and creatively and analytically. So you study works and arts, and then you can I guess pick what your specialty is. You do a little bit of music, a little bit of film, a little bit of writing, a little bit of acting, whatever. But if you have what you're specialized in, then you can take more courses in that class. I guess it's the arts department. And we'll do engineering strategies within that medium that you're using to express your art, whether it's painting, filming, acting, music, producing, writing, noveling. Let me add writing to this. Writing. And if you think of it, it's a really holistic approach, because you have engineering, technology. You're going to need to learn to program and do mathematics and science and technology. Then you're going to need to learn create money plans and budgets and finances and reports and accounting. And then the artistic side, the artistic expression, and themes and emotions, themes, emotions. So I guess the science side is knowledge. The business side is project management. Project manage. And the art side is expression and creativity. So you got the knowledge, you got the project management, and you got the expression and creativity. And then you are qualified to, once again, work on front ends for businesses, and just maybe even help in the entertainment industry, in the arts industry. If someone has a project, but you have a professional degree associated with it, and the technical ability and the know-how to bring about a direction to projects and fill out what's missing, because that's what an engineer does. Even in the traditional engineers, we don't complete a project by ourselves from start to finish, but we fill in the gaps. So we improve designs, we create workflows and outlines and like plans and designs, and what features we can add, and just we have. It's like a doctor. When you go to a doctor and you say, I don't know, my shoulder is hurting and my head is hurting, I must have hurt myself when I was working out. And then the doctor says, well, we're also going to check for this other condition that you don't know about, but the doctor knows about. And then you're like, so I just learned something, that the doctor knows more about the human body than I do. The doctor knows, like, you just tell the symptoms, but you have no idea. Even if you're using Google, you have no idea what the correct treatment is, and what the correct causes are, and what the correct problems are, and what the risks and the preventions are, and the plan from there is, and the medications and the doses and the recommendations, and the are you eligible for these treatments, and does it interfere with your body, circumstances and lifestyle. And so when you go to a doctor, they know all this stuff. Or when you go to a dentist and you say, my tooth hurts, I must have a cavity, and they find out you have a broken tooth, a broken canal or something like that, which is what happened to me, because I got into a fight once, and then I went to the dentist, and then it wasn't a cavity, it was a dead tooth. Like, the tooth was broken, but it wasn't rotten. So it was because of the physical impact of a hit, of a punch, that the tooth broke, and I needed a root canal even though it was not rotten. So, but the dentist knows that. There's no way I could have known that. So, and that's what engineers do as well. They have a fully understanding grasp of analytical and creative thinking. So they can fill in the gaps, they can add recommendations, they can make things nicer, simplified, more efficient, in this case, more artistically engaging, more beautiful, more appealing, more simpler, more direction, artistic direction, themes, and expression, and collaboration and coordination, and making everything fit together to bring out a dynamic expression of what you're trying to design, whether it's an app, a car, some clothing, a fast food joint where you gotta have the menus and everything like that, a song where you're gonna get the collaborators and who's gonna produce what, and what you want to stand out. So it's not just a bunch of skilled musicians, but you have a cohesive outline of how you're going to create the biggest impact. And then you let the musicians do their work and the artists make their art. But you kind of provide just a general direction. That's what I found. When I heard some songs, I was like, wow, these artists are incredible. And their style is incredible, and their lyrics are incredible, and their music is incredible, and the production is incredible. But what I could add to it is just a purpose, a purpose to the song. Like, it was so beautiful, but it's not that memorable because it's beautiful, but it's not memorable because it's lacking a purpose. So if I could, every single verse, connect a meaning and a purpose with who is going to be performing that verse, with which section of the song, intro, outro, chorus, and which lyrics, which style of lyrics they use, I can say, try and keep this in mind when you're crafting the verse. Try and go in this direction. Kind of like a conductor. And I don't have to have any talent in, because I can't do what they can do. But I can add some purpose to it. So it's not just it's not a waste of time, but it's just a shame when you have all that talent and then all it takes is one little engineer, artistic engineer, to give it a little bit of extra dynamic purpose and theme and bring out some emotions, and then you have something that really pops, something that's memorable. So, and this would be based on your background of science, technology, mathematics, programming, knowledge, and then money, business, finance, capitalism, project management, and art, music, film, writing, expression, themes, and creativity. So based on your art, your project management, and your science and technology, you can then bring about engineering. It's kind of like technical engineering, but it's a little bit, you don't need to know that much technical detail. Still a good decent amount, but not super heavy, because when you do into engineering, traditional engineering, you do 4 years of pure hardcore technical analysis, just technical. So we trim that down and we add some arts and business to it. So if you're designing a car, you're not going to be building the engine, but you're going to be building the door handles. You're going to be building the analog knobs. You're going to be building the window mirrors and the windshield and the window wipers and the hood of the car and the skirts and the colors of the colors and you know the fabric of the seating and the accessories. That's what you will, but you're not going to know how to make the engine or the transmission or the suspension or the electric motor, if it's an electric vehicle, but you'll have all. We need someone to also design all this other stuff, the artistic side. However, still have an engineering foundation. So that's to summarize. So if you have an artistic background and you want to get involved in science and technology as well, where then you can use your artistic background and talents to design for front end user efficiency and simplification, then and you want to put in the hard work, then artistic engineering might be an option for you. And I'm deciding I don't know if they're going to make it into a master's degree program or an undergraduate program. Either way, it's fine. But you're going to need to have some selection into which artistic medium you're specializing in, and the standard scientific background, business background, and expression, knowledge, and creativity. And then it's a fun time. It's a fun time. Just like I do. That's what I do. That's what I do. So, okay. See you next time.